because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their gilt rings. Right, the bouncers' gilt rings.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
Omar Ahmed, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm joined by Gareth A. Davis. Shock in London tonight, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, it was very disappointing night for Joe Joyce. But I think Zhilei Zhang needs praise for showing what a great chin he's got, how clever he was in there, his vast experience. He could see that he could pop his left hand. One of the things that we knew going into this was that Zhang is able, he's not the most mobile out there, but he's able to create brilliant angles for his left hand by swaying, and he just finds those angles. He popped that left hand out in the first 4 rounds. He couldn't miss. He won those first 4 rounds. Joe's eyes started to close. He even took a round off when Joe tried to come forward. He covered up brilliantly, and then he popped back on that left eye. He's had enough fights. He's so experienced. He knew that he could sneakily get through there. He told me for TalkSport at the end of the fight there, up and there in the interview, Zhilei Zhang, that he had a feeling that Joe was too slow for his left hand. And he exposed him with the left hand tonight. Joe will be back. Zhang's also told me that if Joe wants a rematch, he'll take the rematch here or in London. But he'd like to fight Usyk or Fury next. But if Joe wants the rematch, he'll take the rematch. Joe said he might need a fight in the middle if he does fight him again, but he wins some, he loses some. And Joe got beaten by a guy who had a clever game plan tonight, who landed his left hand over and over and over again. He couldn't miss with it, as I say. And in the end, I don't think Joe was in danger of being stopped there. And if he'd gone beyond 6 or 7 rounds, he might have been able to get to Zhang. But he needed a couple of strong rounds to take something out of Zhang. Fantastic performance by Zhang tonight, frankly. Joe Joyce will suck it up and come back.
Ultimately as well, the correct decision from the doctor?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I spoke to Joe Joyce up there and he said, you know, I don't feel damaged. I don't feel out of it. I just can't see out of my, was it right eye, wasn't it? Yeah, right eye. It's completely closed. You can't be one-eyed in a fight like that. He said maybe it was karma for what he did to Daniel Dubois, but look, let's just hope he comes back calmer after this.
From what you've just seen in there tonight, if this rematch does happen, what's he got to do differently, Joe? Because really we know Joe Joyce fights in one way, Gareth. Yeah, so how does he approach it in the rematch?
He's got to avoid being hit over and over and over again by the left hand. That won Zhang the first 4 rounds tonight. Clearly won him the first 4 rounds, and he couldn't miss with it. He needs to work on slipping and sliding from those punches and getting to Zhang earlier. Maybe Zhang has his number. You just don't know. But Zhang proved that he is worthy of being in that top group tonight by what he did against Joe Joyce. Styles make fights. It's heavyweight boxing. Anything can happen.
Just lastly, do you think there might have been a bit of complacency from Joe looking at others, Fury, Joshua, Usyk, etc.?
No, Joe's a slow starter and Zhang took advantage of that. For me, Zhang, it was mainly the left hand, wasn't it? He didn't really throw a lot else. That's what he used, but he didn't. He ended up not missing with it. And that left hand, that's shaking lots of people's hands now, you know, look, he's enjoying it. He's milking it. He's milking it. Zhang. There he goes, look. He's made a legion of new fans here. You know? It's a great moment for him and for Chinese boxing. You know, it's for China. It's brilliant. He's garnered a lot of fans here because he's similar to Joe. His left hand exposed Joe today. Joe needs to go back to the drawing board and work on it.
Thank you very much for your time, Gareth.
I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their gilt rings. Right, the bouncers' gilt rings.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.